Hello and welcome to the IGN UK live stream of FIFA 13. Today, over the next 2 hours, we are going to be showing you everything you've ever wanted to know about FIFA 13. Obviously, the game is out next week, and our review, the IGN review, will be going live straight after this live stream at 6 PM local time, that's UK time, 8 AM US time. So, Daniel, you've been playing the game and you're reviewing it for IGN.
Am I?
Can you give us a clue as to what the game is going to score?
New. I cannot.
Sorry about that. So you will have to wait for the next 2 hours to see what FIFA 13 has scored. Obviously, we will be taking your questions. So if you want to know anything about FIFA 13, tweet us at IGN UK and use the hashtag IGNFIFA. Also got some competition prizes to give out later in the show. But for now, I think we're just going to get on with the game. So Daniel and I are going to start with an exhibition match.
Okay, you have to be really careful. You don't have to swear, Alex, like you usually do in the office.
That's true. I'm a bit of a potty mouth when it comes to playing FIFA. I will do my best.
I think this and Trials lend itself to the most kind of creative swearing that we ever produce in the office, of which you are an expert.
I like to think so.
So this is the menu. We're just going to all this other stuff, but we're going to go straight to match day and then kick off. Okay.
So
I'm on classic.
I'm going to go alternate.
There you go. So just so everyone knows, I'm red, so watch out for me.
Who will you be playing as?
Who are you going to play as?
Obviously, the pride of North London, Arsenal FC.
Okay.
Actually, I forgot to mention that we will be joined by Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain later in the stream. Obviously, the new face of FIFA, and obviously an Arsenal player, so very much looking forward to that.
Okay, I'm going to go for Spurs, just to make it a little bit tasty.
Okay. Go classic. Oh, so that's one thing to highlight. Obviously, the classic kits are in there, as well as the new regular kit.
I'm going to go traditional white. So, let's just tweak the settings. How long do you want to make it, Alex?
Let's make it fast and furious.
Your style.
Exactly.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll play at White Online. Bit of a home advantage for me.
If you want the home advantage, that's fine.
It's a new stadium. I want to show off the new stadium. So
okay,
let's go straight into the match. Let's let this play out. So you can see all the new fancy presentation. So while the game's loading, you're not like in that kind of holding area where you're just like pinging it at a goalkeeper. You're in this kind of, you get one of the skill games in the game and they're kind of randomly selected. So this is me. You have to shoot from within that little square. So you can only shoot and score points when you're in this little active area.
Right.
And this is all about chipping. Look at that. Beautiful.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, let's get on with the game.
So here you go. These are your new fancy graphics. Look at them.
It does look pretty sweet.
It's dead shiny. So I think they do a really good job of kind of imitating the kind of over-the-top Sky Sports, bombastic, here you go, you fancy, this is football. This is not just football, this is real football. Yeah. This is football that will hit you around the head.
It's one of those things that obviously if you're watching the game on a Sunday afternoon, half-time, you definitely want to kind of switch this on and get into it.
It does feel like Sky Sports. You can see the kind of little cameraman in the background. Good cameraman, IAI. Yeah.
Yes.
Look at that.
Is that a new feature?
That is a new
Cameraman
feature.
AI.
We've got 2 cameramen and some still photographers. Look at them. Oh, they're going mental.
Right, let's get into it.
Do you want to skip this? Just impatient. Look at that.
I want to get on with the game.
Starting with Laura. Okay, let's go straight in.
Right, so obviously I'm playing Arsenal, you're playing as Spurs.
Yeah. Okay, so this is me on the wing. Oh, Lennon's right past you there. So use a little bit of the new kind of complete dribbling. You hold down both triggers, I can just manipulate the ball like that.
So that's something that's been taken out of FIFA Street?
Yeah, that kind of like, they're calling it face-up dribbling, so it means you're always facing the play, so I can go backwards like that, and then work a bit of space. Have a bit of that. So
what a cheap way to start the live stream.
It's a special little celebration there.
Yeah.
Look at that. What minute was that?
Okay, right. So that's how you score.
That's how you score. Just get that out of the way.
Okay.
5 minutes in, that's how you score, Alex. So I'm on the defence. Defending is kind of the same as FIFA 12. It's called tactical defending. It's still about applying pressure and sort of putting the other player off rather than lunging in all the time. Ooh. Getting physical, Alex.
Hell yeah. Yeah, apologies for any kind of weird guttural noises I make while playing.
You sound like Gary Neville having one of his moments.
Looking to try and play him in. Can he cross? Went past the defender as if he wasn't there.
So that's quite a nice physical encounter.
Yeah.
I think FIFA 13 feels much more kind of meaty physical affair.
It
So
definitely
when you're
feels
like running on the ball, you can like, you know, shoulder barge a bit, pull shirts. It's kind of a trade-off. If you kind of hammer away on the shirt pulling button too much, you'll sort of register a foul.
You went and played against Arsenal.
I would like to add that obviously you've been playing this game an awful lot, so you should win, technically.
Great club, Arsenal. They've always had a real tradition of producing top players and playing good football. Yeah, played at Highbury many times. I would love to have played here. This is a wonderful stadium.
Oh, that is a nice turn.
So, you know, that's two now. So that was a nice little dummy there.
Before we came on air, you did say that you were going to play as Blackburn because you're a Blackburn fan. So what happened?
I thought it spiced things up a little bit,
Right.
seeing as you were playing as Arsenal.
But that's my team.
Yeah.
I'm not a glory boy.
I can beat you with Blackburn if you want.
Maybe another day.
I'm probably not going to do that.
One for him to chase. Arteta.
Oh, control it. So I guess that was a kind of bit of an example of some of the unpredictability that you see in the game.
Yeah, you can get quite a heavy touch actually if you're not careful.
Like you won't always receive the ball perfectly, depending on the speed of the pass, the skill of the player, things
Yeah,
like
I think that's kind of. It's more noticeable actually if you go back to playing. I've obviously been playing this game a lot for review, and if you go back to FIFA 12, which I kind of play in the evenings with my housemates.
Yeah.
You kind of realise that every player has like perfect touch.
Right.
Even like the kind of ropiest left back. If you ping the ball at him, he'll be able to take it down like, I don't know, like Ronaldo, which is just
stupid.
oh, jeez. And obviously that's a good example as well, because it makes the game more realistic in the sense you wouldn't pass the ball back to the goalkeeper,
No,
which I
not-
think in
not with that
FIFA
much
you can
space.
kind of sometimes get away with playing it around the back too much.
Yeah.
So it takes away that kind of comfort level. So that's good again. So when you're in possession, like the ball's kind of not stuck to your feet, you can kind of get in between the other player and the ball and kind of prise it away from them.
Now Defoe. Man on the ball has got plenty of support. He's got a chance.
Ooh.
All day from that distance.
You can have a shot, Alex.
I might have a shot later on, yeah.
I kind of realise it's really hard playing and talking at the same time. Oh, trying to walk it in. Oh, he's doing your Gary Neville noises.
I can't help it.
That's all it is. You do realise I'm going to get a copy of this and just put it on the soundboard for the
I was going to
podcast.
say, I think someone will probably go through this and then compile all of my funny noises into one amazing soundtrack.
Ooh.
Good touch.
It's containing you up in the corner.
Cazorla.
God, there's just no space.
Oh, that was a bit sloppy of me. See, you can look at that. See, that's a really good example of new attacking intelligence. I was breaking from the halfway line. I had 3 options.
Fair challenge.
So if you see, when I passed the halfway point, then I had 3 options: a guy on either wing and a guy running up through the middle.
Yeah.
Going back to FIFA 12, you kind of just don't have those options.
And then well found. Wriggled away from the defender.
Oh,
Fair play to him. I thought he'd given it up for a moment, but he got his man in the end.
Everybody wrote
He got his man
their
in the
part,
end.
but he managed to win it back.
Dolsky's
Bit of
not
dating
seen the
commentary.
support here. Possibilities.
Stop trying to put me off.
Around him.
oh,
Happy to see it go.
diving! Just diving shamelessly, Alex.
Outrageous.
So you actually play in the Arsenal style as well.
Parker.
I'm not even going to respond to that comment. Maybe bring that up with the Ox when he comes in later.
That's actually good animation when he kind of went on his face. Was that Walcott?
Who fell over?
Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. Let's not rewatch
You don't want to relive all that? So the kind of menus are going the same as well. no major significant changes on that front.
But they've thrown the script away here, forgot about the rivalry and how close it's going to be. They've been so dominant, deserve to be in front.
Defoe.
Oh. I'm starting doing special noises now.
Now Theo Walcott.
You just don't have anyone up front.
Crossed in.
It's save! Oh.
Settled for a
Alex, are you suffering from performance anxiety
Live on air, yes.
as a 40-year-old man? And I'm off.
This is
I'm off.
Defoe.
Can I just point out, I'm not a 40-year-old man. Thanks very
You're a
much.
40-year-old woman.
Yes.
Let's be exact.
This is a father and son game of FIFA.
Sorry, this is lovely. Playing out your father's knee.
Lennon. That's just wasting possession. It's got to pass the ball better than that. William Gallas. Gareth Bale. Important to retain possession.
it was-
Full marks to the referee.
So he's
Trying to
pulling
find
it back.
advantage, but he's had to call it back for the original free kick now. Arteta. Incisive pass. Diaby.
Like, you haven't played the game as much as me. What are kind of your impressions?
Obviously, I was really, really good at FIFA 12. It feels, I think, a much more balanced attacking and defensive game. Whereas I think sometimes FIFA 12 felt like it was sort of favoured defence a little bit better. So it's a lot more open, as you can see with some of the goals that you're scoring. Normally that wouldn't have gone in.
It's a really good illustration of the attacking options there. That's why I did it, because I heard you say the word attack, and I kind of thought I'll illustrate that with a nice goal. Just take it to 3.
I think the other thing that I've kind of figured, and as you say, I haven't played it as much as you, but you know, you can go from games like this, which are very much full-on attacking experiences, to kind of proper midfield battles with not a lot happening over the course of an entire game. But that's very much real of very much true of real football.
I think it's quite lucky, obviously, because we get these games early, and I've been playing a lot in the office, and people always kind of go on lunchtimes, like, "Oh, do you fancy a quick game?" And like, we've had quite a lot of variety in the types of.
Oh, he's not sure of that.
Yeah, like 6-0s, and
It really is becoming a bit embarrassing now.
I think I can't speak and play FIFA at the same time. I think that's the problem here.
I just found out I'm really good at doing both.
They've taken a
good.
real hold of this game, and I don't think they're about to let go. Do you, Andy?
Well, I've been wrong before, Clive, but
So a little bit later on the stream, we will also have the UK's FIFA champ. He will be schooling Daniel
pasting me.
as to how to play.
This is complete hubris.
Yeah. So do you know what? Have your little moment of victory right now. I'm fine with that.
Bakary Sagna. Position changes hands. This is Aaron Lennon.
God, he's fast.
Very realistic, very fast. Didn't pass it.
Right. Ron,
Where are you going?
I want him to make a run.
Do you know where you're going?
Well, they don't have a clue how to stop him at the moment. He's not sure of options here.
Ooh.
It was an apology
That was
for
a stupid
by the defence.
challenge.
He's got to do more.
We've done pretty well on not swearing so far.
Thanks.
Oh, it's a bit high.
Dreadful pass. One or two of his teammates are telling him so. He needs to wake up. Diaby.
You're going to mount a comeback?
In the course of just over 15 game minutes? Well, yeah, I'd love to say yes. Who knows? One goal would be nice.
So they'll have a throw in.
Not like that.
Straight throw.
Don't showboat.
Shall I start showboating?
Free kick, is it? No, good advantage. Here's Parker. Making space for each other.
We've got a lot of
Got
space.
lots of
No
space.
pressure, you've got a lot of space. Just don't mess it up.
Chance to finish. He's got a chance here, and they've got a goal. Nothing to write home about in the circumstances, but they have scored.
Not saying anything there.
Comeback's on.
Alright, you got 10 minutes.
Wonderful first-time finish.
yeah, just an instinctive one-touch finish. That's bread and butter finishing for players of this calibre, Clive. He's so close, he was never going to miss from there.
Asua Koto. Intercepted by
Well, it's
Sagna.
got a bit scrappy.
Terrific ball.
I think, you know, the one thing that you are capably demonstrating is there is so much depth to this game in terms of the more time you put in with it and learn how all the different kind of controls work, and you know, there's a lot to learn in this game, and I am but a Padawan to your master.
Thanks, Alex.
Big chance. Looking for goal.
Oh, I thought it was in actually.
The finish that was required. They could have gone further in front.
Well, his reaction says it all, Clive. He's got the taste for goals today, and he's disappointed he's missed that one.
Here's Walker. Gallants. Vertonghen.
Please.
Sandro. Getting the ball forward quickly.
Oh, it's a bad
He
pass.
said that's just a good interception. Good pass. Diaghi. Well played.
Definitely having more success down on that wing.
Yeah.
Chance. Oh, excellent goalkeeping. All sorts of pushing and shoving going on in the area.
See, I'm awful at defending, really. Like, if you actually get at me.
Intelligent play from Podolski. Doesn't waste many passes. Who's on the end of this? Did trouble the defence.
Thought it was away then for another one.
It's been a very one-sided game. The
That's it.
final score
Ah,
line
just,
again.
just,
well done.
Just the 4.
Just
Thank
the
you,
4.
Alex.
So obviously that was your first taste of FIFA 13. Now obviously FIFA 13 is the very latest in a series that's been going for a long time, and football games weren't always quite good at this, as good as this. So let's take a quick look at what the history of video games, football games, used to look like.
Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.
Anyone who believes football games were better in the good old days is quite frankly wrong. Their rose-tinted memories is far wide of the mark as a Chris Waddle penalty. You see, back in the 80s, when footballers' shorts were tighter than a genie's hole, this is what we had to put up with. Games like Intellivision Soccer and Real Sports Soccer promised unbelievable realism, but the cold reality was that they were a pixelated mess. With third division graphics and gameplay that boasted all the flair and finesse of an after-school kickabout in the park. You didn't even have to get the ball in the net to score a goal. Still, you've got to start somewhere. It would take another 5 years for something remotely playable to emerge in the shape of arcade classic Tekken World Cup. The controls were crazier than Maradona's Colombian years, with gamers sweatily palming a trackball to move players around the pitch, and a single fire button to tackle, pass and shoot. With its outlandish banana kicks and outrageous sliding tackles, it was brilliantly playable. What it wasn't, however, was realistic. The real kick up the backside for football games was the appearance 4 years later of Dino Dini's Kickoff on the Commodore Amiga and Atari ST. It was a pioneering moment. For the first time, the ball wasn't glued to your foot like a love-struck limpet. Instead, you could knock it around the pitch like Marco van Basten, threading through balls, spraying crossfield passes to your pacey winger, and slamming balls in on the volley. The sequel duked it out with John Hare's Sensible Soccer in 1992, sparking the first real football game fanboy war. Forget Liverpool versus Man U, this was Hare versus Dini. The contrast between the two couldn't have been greater. On one side, you had the exacting gameplay of Kickoff 2, and on the other, the more casual-minded intuitiveness of Sensible. It was closely fought, but ultimately Hare's game was crowned champion. It didn't last. Such was the pace of change that the once mighty Sensible Soccer's popularity fell faster than a diving Italian.
That's disgraceful, really.
Elbowed off the ball by US giant Electronic Arts, who broke into the big time in 1993 with FIFA International Soccer on the Sega Mega Drive.
In the game.
The arrival of FIFA heralded dramatic change for the genre, with one button to pass, dribble, shoot, tackle and fondle lingerie models ditched in favour of a much more versatile control system. Football's new breed, like FIFA and Konami's International Superstar Soccer, boasted multi-button control systems, giving a more realistic depth of gameplay at the expense of your dad no longer being able to play the bloody thing. Like Messi darting past a defender, footy games have never looked back. The 3D era soon dawned, and FIFA's swaggering domination helped spawn a host of also-rans. There were noteworthy exceptions. Actua Soccer introduced polygonal players and suitably solid gameplay, while Libero Grande's solo take on the sport foretold the likes of FIFA's Be a Pro. However, other contenders were more disappointing than a rain-soaked no-score draw, with the diabolical Three Lions, Sony's forgettable This Is Football, and a cringeworthy 3D reboot of Sensible Soccer all rightly doomed to relegation. The beautiful game was anything but. However, there was an emerging talent that stood head and shoulders above its rivals. International Superstar Soccer was arguably the finest footy series of its time, and while Electronic Arts was content to rely on its marketing muscle and official licenses to succeed, Konami made Vieira-like strides to football perfection with every passing year. The mighty EA might have scooped all the official licenses, player names, and a perfectly recreated Craven Cottage, but when it came to doing the business, Konami did its talking on the pitch.
It's a big kick! Yes! Goal!
International Superstar Soccer paved the way for Pro Evolution Soccer, Konami's trailblazing masterpiece that redefined the genre. Finally, this was football as we knew and loved it, a gracious and deep take on the game that was a revelation at the time. It was the best in class by a mile, the strutting, enigmatic Thierry Henry to FIFA's crestfallen Adrian Mutu. But with FIFA sitting on a pile of cash that would make Chelsea jealous, EA's juggernaut ploughed on, and at the end of the decade the pendulum began to swing once again towards the US behemoth. A crippling complacency had crept into Konami's game at the time of Pro Evo 5, with new versions of PES little different from the last, and a lack of any real technical improvement giving the impression of a publisher determined to boot the ball into the back of its own net. In contrast, EA was investing in its future with more gusto than Man City during the summer transfer window, and the decision to create an entirely new game for the new breed of consoles right from the start certainly proved to be a canny one. By FIFA 08, even the Konami hardcore were forced to concede that EA's offering was giving PES a run for its money. And by 2009, FIFA 10 had cemented its position as the world champion.
So obviously things have progressed quite a lot in the last couple of decades. So obviously you can tweet your questions to us about FIFA 13. If you tweet at IGN UK, hashtag IGN FIFA, we will endeavour to answer your questions. Luke here, you've got some questions from readers.
Look, it's that guy off the IGN UK news videos.
Yes,
Look at him.
It's
Luke
me.
Marley.
In an IGN shirt and everything.
On brand.
Yeah,
so.
there we go. So yeah, we've got quite a lot of questions actually. So the first one is from Lonnie RX2, who wants to know what the best feature is in FIFA 13 in your opinion.
The best feature is match day, actually. I think that's the thing that really sets FIFA 13 out from its predecessors. Now we're going to go on into that a lot more in detail a bit later on, but that is kind of, I think, the big new feature for this year's FIFA.
Okay, cool. And then Curtis J. Seashift wants to know...
Get another birth name.
Yeah, beautiful. Is Upton Park on the game? And if not, what is West Ham's stadium?
I don't know if it is on the game, but what we can do is quite quickly just go in and see on stadiums. So let's get a very quick game going here.
There you go.
So you got White Hart Lane is a new stadium, but Upton Park, let's just click through very quickly.
God, there's a lot.
There's loads of stadiums. No, it's not.
Okay.
I'm afraid.
So we don't know what... Do we know what it is?
Sorry.
West Ham Stadium
It'll probably default to kind of one of the kind of vaguely London, East London stadiums.
Ones. Okay, cool. And then James Davis wants to know, what do you think of the new one-touch system? Do you think it's easier or harder to play?
The thing is, initially, you kind of think, oh, it's quite a frustrating mechanic to introduce, and you think about it quite kind of objectively. It's almost, potentially game breaking.
Right.
If you don't know when you're going to control the ball, that's going to be incredibly frustrating. But you know what? After a while, it's not at all. And if anything, you can use it to your advantage, because if you know that when you run onto a ball, it's it's not going to stick to your foot, you can actually use that to go past the defender. So if you know you're going to run onto a ball and it'll knock it out in front of you, you can use that to your advantage. Right. But I think it's acclimatization. That's all it is. It's getting used to what that mechanic is, how it functions in the game. But I think that doesn't take much more than an hour's worth of playing around with.
Yeah. Well, we've got time for one more question now, but we will be doing more later. So do tweet us at IGN UK, hashtag IGN FIFA. If you want yours to be read out, you can win a prize.
What can they win, Luke?
Well, you can win a copy of the game of FIFA 13.
On a console of your choice.
Yeah, a nice original prize considering what we're doing today.
Right, don't diss it.
From UK Vampire, he wants to know how hard do the challenges get, so that's the skill games he's on about. Had a few people saying that it's quite a steep learning curve after bronze.
Are you asking about the skill games, Luke?
We are indeed.
You know what we're going to do, Alex? We're going to talk about the skill games.
Let's check out the skill games.
It's almost like we planned it or something.
So convenient.
Okay, let's go into skill games. So you access it from the starter menu. What do you fancy, Alex? Do you want to pick one for me?
Well, obviously,
What do you think I need
need some
improving
help.
on?
I need some help with shooting, so maybe let's try that.
This is where I embarrass myself
Right.
because I won't be able to do this. So this is, you go into these, they're kind of sorted across 8 different disciplines, kind of all the fundamentals of football. So you've got passing, short passing, shooting, and you get 3 kind of medals that you can win. This is bronze, this is silver, this is gold. And once you do all 3, you unlock a skill challenge where you can post a high score.
Right.
Now all these scores you'll be able to share with your friends and have a kind of ongoing competition. So I'll just go into bronze now and show you a bit of the game.
So you're playing as Messi?
Let's pick Messi. You can choose the default team that you use players from in the skill games.
So what's the aim of the game here?
So this is basically aiming at the corners. So obviously you're going to maximise your chances of scoring. So you can only shoot when you're in that active area with the cones.
Yep.
The targets light up. I think I hit that just that I stepped outside the active area. Oh, performance anxiety. Oh no, I can't do it anymore. Right between the middle of them.
Yeah.
Right, and then so it's also teaching you to aim for the corners so you can use finesse. See, I'm hitting them, but just not in the square. If anything, this is just better play. There you go. Have a bit of that.
Beautiful.
So that's shooting bronze. There you go, master now. So you've got 8 attempts, I think, to clear them all. You rack up points. So you did it. Did it before left to go.
Obviously, you're being awarded different points. What kind of determines that?
It determines kind of where you hit it on the target. So if you hit it more centre, more in the corners, you get different points depending where you hit it, kind of like in archery. If that makes sense.
Right.
Try another drill?
Yeah.
What do you fancy seeing?
Free kicks is obviously a big part of the new game. So why don't we see?
I would have to
free kicks?
preface this by saying I'm a bit rubbish.
Okay.
I almost said a swear word. I'm a bit rubbish at free kicks, but so we'll go Messi again. So here you go, because this is something I've always struggled with in FIFA is free kicks. I'm notoriously crap at them, but you know, this is just me. So again, it's teaching you how to aim for the corners and how to like bend it around different obstacles. So if I come out, if you go up to silver, it puts some obstacles in your way.
Right, so you've got to learn kind of after touch.
Yeah, I might change my player actually. I might, or a bit of Fabregas I think for this.
That's a funny picture of Fabregas in there.
So this teaches you can you can learn how to hit it under the wall.
Yep.
Which obviously sometimes is a viable tactic because now in FIFA 13 you can control when the wall jumps.
Yeah.
So you can play a bit of kind of psychological one-upsmanship if you're going to hit it under the wall. But obviously the most effective way is to bend it around.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm in the bottom right corner.
There you go. Very good.
Thank you. Not so good at
Can
hitting
you
these
do it
ones
on the outside of your boot?
and then you get minus points if you hit the obstacle.
Right.
So you have to get to a certain limit to unlock the next skill challenge in that category.
Yeah.
So once you do bronze, silver and gold, you unlock a skill challenge. So I'll show you the skill challenge for maybe dribbling. So this is more kind of, there's no upper limit to the score you can get on this one.
Right.
So this is the dribbling one, this is kind of the gauntlet. So, okay, this is difficult. So this is, you've basically, at this point, across bronze, silver and gold, you learn all the kind of fundamentals of the new dribbling system, which you need. I've, messed that up.
That is hard.
So you're using a combination of precision dribbling, which came in last year, face-up dribbling, complete, which is also called complete dribbling. Learn how to knock it under objects. Oh.
Man, that is hard.
It's quite difficult. And you have to factor in the fact that I'm a bit rubbish. So this is like huge sort of obstacle course. It's almost a little bit like Gladiators.
I would love to see, when people have had time with the game, to see how quickly people get through this.
Yeah, I don't think they'd probably do any better than what I was doing.
Do you not think?
I just went out of play. But that's kind of one of the skill challenges that you unlock after doing bronze, silver and gold. And I can imagine quite some impressive scores being racked up on them.
So do any of these skill challenges actually make you better at the game, do you think? Or is it just kind of more of a learning process?
I think they give you, what I think they do is I think they give you the opportunity to get better,
Right.
if that makes sense. Because when you're playing them, they don't give you constructive feedback. It doesn't say you did this wrong, you should do this better with the next playthrough. But what it does, it gives you the opportunity to commit doing it the right way to muscle memory.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you can
yeah.
do it as many times as you want. So the player impact engine, which they actually introduced last year, was one of the reasons that they can have obstacles apparently on the pitch.
Right.
And so you'll find lots of really good bins and cardboard
There's a lot of bins there,
boxes
yeah.
and kind of like big mushrooms that have targets on them, which I think all football players, good football players,
6,000 points,
play.
that's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Well, that's a big bin, isn't it?
That is a big bin.
So that's lob pass. So it's you improving kind of, if you want to play it out from right back
Yep.
position up into the sort
So
of the wings.
how many skill games are there?
So there's 8 categories. Each one has bronze, silver, and gold. So that's 24, and each category has a skill challenge. Would you like to see any more?
Well, one of the questions, obviously, that was asked earlier is like the difficulty level gets much tougher.
I think
between bronze, silver, gold. Would you agree, or?
I think it depends what you're kind of naturally good at. Some of them do get quite difficult. For instance, shooting. Like it starts off quite easy aiming for the corners,
Yeah.
but at the end you've got to volley in the ball. So this is the gold challenge for shooting. This is the gold. Like,
Wow.
But you've got to aim it for the corners, and you only have a limited number of attempts to do this in, which is quite tricky. And you've got to clear all 4 targets.
Right.
Which is quite hard to do when you just have 8 shots. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
quite,
yeah.
if you clear out 3, this is what I found a lot while I've been reviewing the game. If you clear out 3 and you've got 2 attempts left to hit that one top right hand corner,
Yeah.
it's really hard psychologically because you feel a lot of pressure to just do it right. See, I can't even get in the corners.
And then obviously you're playing as Messi here, but if you were playing as a lower league
Yeah,
player,
I think with a lot of kind of the skill challenges to give yourself the best
you've got to play as a good
opportunity,
player.
you've got to play as a top player just
Yeah.
because the shooting stats are obviously going to be higher.
Yeah.
Give you a greater chance of passing the medals.
Yeah.
Top corner.
Good work.
Thank you.
Now, obviously, one of the other skill challenges that's new to the game is the Crossbar Challenge.
Yes.
We are going to be doing this Crossbar Challenge with our guests later on the show. But do you want to just demonstrate what it is exactly?
Yeah, I'm actually a little bit annoyed that we're not going to use the VT of me doing this in practice, because in practice, I won't do this now, but I scored 144,000 points.
Right.
That's not, obviously, it's not going to happen
It's
now.
all about how good you are on the day. So man up,
Okay.
show us how good you are.
Okay. Oh, I'm not going to get one, am I? Oh, pressure. This is so embarrassing. I've only even got one. I'm actually going to have another go. You're not going to have a go, Alex.
Maybe.
Oh no! See, nobody will believe that I got 144. I'm doing another go at that. All right. That's so embarrassing. See, what?
I'd like you to see.
I'd like to get one.
To hit the crossbar just once. So what basically happens is, if you hit the crossbar, then the area that you're shooting from, gets further and further away from the goal.
So
to
what you
make it
do,
tougher and tougher.
you get more attempts as well, and
Right.
it goes further back. So you should never work with children or animals on live television.
And in your case,
Crossbar
both.
Challenge. There
There
you
you
go.
go. Right.
So I earn more. Got more attempts now, so we get to go from a bit further out. Oh, that was close. It's just kind of about trial and error. If you've got it too low, put a bit more pace. Maybe take it from further forward.
Yeah.
No. Right. I need
Let
to
me
get
have
one
a go.
more. No, this is going to be embarrassing if you get
Let me
more.
have a go. Come on. So your best is 5,000
Just press
points.
B to restart.
Okay.
Okay. Because I'm on classic controls.
Yeah.
Press X.
Okay, that's lob, is it?
Yeah. Oh. She just hoofed it then.
There you go.
Oh, no, you hit the...
What?
You hit the post as well, so you got 800 points.
Oh. It's hard, isn't it?
You've already beaten me, though,
I have
to be
already
fair.
beaten you. But obviously, we will be having, the enemy will be trying their hand at the Crossbar Challenge, and of course, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain later in the show.
I think we're probably going to get a FIFA Pro to like probably annihilate everyone as well.
Oh man.
You know, if you've got any questions about the skill games, you want to ask the enemy something, or you want to ask Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain something, tweet us at IGN UK and use the hashtag IGN FIFA.
Jeez. Right, here we go. This is the one.
Concentrate much, Alex? Just
No.
a little bit. No pressure.
Look, I've beaten you.
You've got 0
And
attempts.
That's all we need to know.
I beat you
Okay.
4-1.